be into seeing. So, but before we get into that, we definitely got to get into some shout outs. So why don't we go around? We'll start with I'll go first, and then we'll go Steve, Kevin, and then we'll finish with John, and then we'll do the picks of the week. But I don't have a whole lot, but I did want to show. I just showed the other guys here. Got me in a few test pressings. So stuff that's coming up in 2025 that I'm looking forward to is completely covered in black by Patriarchs in Black, which is I love that record already. So I only played it once, but we also got the new Harrison Can't Kill Us, which is coming out in January 2026. And if you don't know who Harrison is, they are a thrash band featuring 3 of the former members who played in Hyrax for 14 years. I believe that's what it was. And the new Bethesda, which Bethesda is a new band, but it's made up of, it's basically Vini Domini with the ex Narnia singer singing for him. So anyhow, I'm excited about all those. There you go. That's my my little update. What you got for us, Steve?
No, not too much for me. I'm just happy to be getting paid again.
I was going to say, are you getting a paycheck yet?
Yeah, I finally got my back pay yesterday, so it's pretty much gone, paying my bills and mortgage and all that good stuff. So it was nice to get that, though.
Well, yeah, you think? It's nice to get paid for your work.
Yeah, so shout out to the couple of people that crossed the line to get that passed. So
yeah, like 8 people, right?
Well, I don't care.
I'm just I'll just keep my mouth shut because that whole thing just fries my bacon.
Yep.
Kevin, what you got? Anything?
No, I don't really have a whole lot. It's been kind of slow up here and not too much.
Is it snowing yet?
Nope. It was 52 today.
We're supposed to get a ton of rain the next 2 days, and that usually means it's snowing up north. So
we got a little snow last week. It got down to 26 here, and it was snowing last Monday and Tuesday, but nothing.
We have a little snow in the forecast, but more up north, it's just been warmer around here. It's supposed to be nice up till a little bit after Thanksgiving, and it's supposed to cool down a little bit. So, but
right on. I was talking to our friend up in Canada, and he was telling me that it's like just above freezing there, so they've been getting all this freezing rain. He goes, but that just means snow is right around the corner. So, but yeah,
I'd rather have the snow than the freezing rain.
Absolutely,
yeah, because it just turns this ice, makes the roads just sheets of ice.
And I don't care what anybody says. No tires, no driving skill, no automobile, no vehicle is good on ice. It's just not, unless you have one of those Russian motorcycles with the nails in the tires,
or studded tires, right?
Or studded tires, yeah.
Almost any car is better on the ice than mine, man. Like Mustang, eight cylinder Mustang.
You don't see them running too much up here in the winter.
In Japan, even if you had studded tires, they made you put chains on your car. They didn't care. You still had to put chains. Oh yeah.
Right on. What you got, John? Anything?
Shout out to Tony Clem. He guessed Dark Throne, and he would have been right. So on the shirt. But no, don't really have anything. Shout out to no, that's it. Well, shout out to our government for finally coming to their senses. Good grief. Yeah. Don't get me started. Like I said. Go ahead.
Sorry. Okay.
You can play it as many times as you want. I don't care. This is your Stall Cup Law pick of the week. Well, picks of the week, actually. Right on. So these 2 picks couldn't be any more juxtaposed. And for you out there in La La Land, that means they couldn't be any more different. So I was working at the warehouse over at Henry Vasquez, and he played this, and I thought, man, that sounds like Neil Young. And sure enough, it was. It was a very young Neil Young. And it was on the beach. Man, what a great record.
That's my favorite Neil Young record right there.
And this is the 50th. This is the 50th anniversary. It's remastered on 180 gram. I couldn't find a quality pressing of it. I used to have it, and it was just well played. Let's just say that. So
I see it from time to time beat up all, but
This is great when you want to kind of clean the palate a little bit, or the audio palate, and clean your ears out and just take a chill pill for a second. Really great songs, well produced, and I don't know. Speaking of politics, I don't like his, but this is a fantastic record. I can compartmentalize long enough to enjoy it. And my metal pick of the week is Immolation. Dawn of Possession. I was on the Disturbing the Priest podcast with Brandon Baddock, who's been on the show a few times, and we were talking about the new, the big four of death metal, and we all pretty much agreed on the first three, but the fourth one, just like we've had this discussion before, who's the fourth of our heavy metal big four, and Immolation was in the running, and I ended
Who was
up
the first
with,
three?
I had Carcass, Bolt Thrower, Death was everyone agreed that Death was at the top of the heap because that's kind of what started everything.
I would put Carcass number 2, so I'm with you there.
I had Carcass. Yeah, I had Death, Carcass, Bolt Thrower, and I was hedging on Obituary because they're still around and they're still doing business. But and Immolation was in there. Morbid Angel was in the running too. But I don't know. I ended up with Carcass, Bolt Thrower, and then
Because of this, right?
What's that?
Because of this, right? That's why Morbid Angel was in there.
See, they're kind of like Metallica. They had so much goodwill after those for those first two records, and then I actually liked the Steve Tucker era a lot because they got really heavy when they were just a three-piece. But anyway, Neil Young's On the Beach. Whether you have the 50th anniversary, and you probably should just go ahead and buy this one because it sounds phenomenal. And Immolation, Dawn of Possession is your Stall Cup Law picks of the week.
Nice.
And he's still
And
there.
you're not there.
Magic.
Production value.
Oh, it's not. It's all good, man. We're not professionals, so we're good.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, I mean, if we were professionals, we'd suck at this.
Well, yeah,
But-
we would be fired.
I need better lighting too, man. My face keeps. Is my face white to you guys? It keeps going white.
No,
and then...
no, it looks okay. My face looks terrible, but it looks terrible even when there's no light. But whatever.
Right on. Well, let's get into the show. We'll just start going around showing some stuff. We'll start with Steve, and we'll just go around clockwise like we usually do.
Cool. So this is a really cool one. They're impossible to find for a decent price. I completely lucked into this, but this is the in 2015 Opeth released Deliverance and Damnation together, which is the way they originally wanted to release it, and the record label forced them to separate the records. What's real nice about this one is Damnation is remixed by Steven Wilson, and it sounds freaking amazing. So Deliverance and Damnation from the mighty Opeth. And they did one pressing of these. I'm sure it's a couple thousand copies, but man, these go for like $300 now. It's crazy.
Yeah, the money they things are going for,
but they're fantastic.
I'm amazed that
I don't have a whole lot of Opeth. I think I have a couple, but I think most of them are on CD. If I do,
I'm just amazed. I was like looking through Discogs earlier today when I was looking for stuff, and I was pulling up stuff that I bought just a few years ago, like the Recon that Rox put out. Oh my gosh.
The Saint record, that that's going for like $150. It's crazy. A guy still messages me, it's been a while. He was messaging me like once a month, begging me to sell him my copy of the Saint record.
Yep, Selah. That's another one that by Oracle. What the heck, man? Anyhow, sorry. Go ahead, Kev. You're up.
I'm gonna go back into the '60s with the Steeds.
Oh,
say it again.
Not a whole lot of people, I don't think,
Steeds.
know about them unless you're born really in that age. Maybe later on you probably did, but This is one of their classic albums with Pushing Too Hard on it. These are super rare and super hard to find, even in good condition.
Is that a reissue?
What's that?
Is that a reissue? Or is it original pressing?
This is an original pressing.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
didn't even pull my 70
I
stuff.
found it up in Fargo where I normally went when he was still open. And he had put this behind the counter for me because I had told him I was looking for it. And I think he only charged me like $40 for this, which is a decent price. But yeah, the seeds, I think this was 66 maybe, if I'm not mistaken, right in that area.
Something like that. It was before the British invasion.
Oh yeah.
I mean, not the Beatles, but
No, not
the
the
Who,
Beatles.
the Rolling Stones, and all that stuff.
But anyway, yeah, it's
Excuse me.
it was pretty heavy for its time.
I forgot about the comments. Sorry, guys. I'm on it. Go ahead, John.
Okay, you
Up, Tony
guys
Clem.
know I'm gonna get the big elephant in the room out.
Damien.
These are
Other
original
tentacles.
Osric Tentacle tapes. They released 6 tapes. That was their thing. The 84 to 85, 85, 85 to 86, 86, 88, and
What's up, George?
89. And so
Shannon from the Mighty Avenger of Blood.
when they released this, their intention was to put it out in a CD box set, which is this. Now it looks very familiar. It looks like a Kellogg's Rice Krispies cereal box, and they got in all sorts of trouble. They did 60 of these, and got bounced. They had to take it off the market. So I spent 20 years putting it all back together because it has individual CDs, and that was more profitable for vendors to parcel out the CDs and the box. Even the box was going for $100 at one point in time. And then, of course, Ed decides that he wants to cash in, so he remasters the 6 original CDs from the tapes and then puts it out again. And so I've got one of those too. But the original Osric Tentacles cereal box, who knows? It may go for $400 or $500. I don't know. The last person I knew that had one that's even in my zip code, he's down in San Antonio, Lone Starfighter Records. He actually has a box intact, and he has the tapes. So there, I got my Osric Tentacle thing out of the way.
Right on. Ain't nothing wrong with Osric Tentacles.
Nope.
I love Osric Tentacles. So I pulled all kinds of stuff. I wasn't sure what to show. I mean, that's the funny thing is some of the stuff that it's worth the most money I just had forever and didn't realize they were worth that much money because I bought them back when they were new.
Well, and I was thinking about it. To your point, how do you put a value on something that means something to you? You know what I mean?
Right. Yep.
Whether it's got and I'll talk about that on my next pick. But I mean, it may be just an average record to anybody else, but if Ted Nugent gave you a record and signed it, then it would be invaluable.
Right, exactly. But the most expensive, one of the most expensive records, there it is, Ted Nugent autographed record. I don't have all my stuff. I don't have anywhere near all my stuff on Discogs. I don't even try. Just every once in a while, if I'm in there looking at something and I have it, I'll add it to the list. But I probably have like 1,500 things in there. And so I went in and I looked. I'm like, so what is the rarest and most expensive things in my collection? Just from that little list. And number 1 and 2 were both over $500. And I'm like, holy crap, $500. And number 1 was Aerosmith's 9 Lives. I was like, really? It's worth that much money?
Pressed it once, and then they banned the cover. Do you have the original cover?
No, it's not even. It's never been pressed with the original cover. It's got the cat on the wheel cover. That's the only time it was pressed to vinyl. Yeah, $500. But then the other one that I was in the top was it's right here. Was this, which was
that one's cool.
Anvil,
whatever, like $500 or $600, and somewhere in that area. I can't remember. I think $500 was the medium range for this one. But yeah, this is the original Anvil, hard and heavy. Back when cool pictures of the band on there too. They're different than the ones that were on the attic version.
Name.
But yeah, this is rare, and this was actually a gift from somebody, which was very nice of them to do. But yeah, I had no idea it was worth that much money. I mean, I knew it was rare, but damn. The other one that was high, which I'm not going to show because I assumed everybody's seen it a million times because I showed it a million times, is the Heathen's Rage 4-song EP that came out back in 85, 86. That thing also is like $500-$600.
Even
Man,
that reissue that
insanity.
No Remorse did is like $200 now.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's crazy,
man. That the other like I was saying that recon. I was surprised to see that recon in the top 10. I was like, really? Okay. All right, you're up again, Steve.
Yeah, since you brought up Aerosmith, I figured I'd pull this one out. I still haven't opened this one. I've had this one for a while now. But Honkin' on Bobo, they did a real limited run of this. And in VG Plus condition, these things go for like $200 now. This one's sealed. But super underrated record. It's just them playing some of their blues favorites. And I've always loved this record.
I think it's a great record.
I have it on CD. I dig that album.
I know a lot of people don't like it because it was all bluesy, but they
Yeah.
were always bluesy.
Well, yeah, and the people that got into them in the 90s or the late 80s aren't going to like all of their B-sides in the 70s were all really killer blues standards, That was some of their best stuff.
When that first came out, I can't remember, but I think at that time I was really into a lot of blues at the time. I mean, I went on like a blues run for like 5 years, and
Yeah.
I bought nothing but blues, and that's one of them I bought, and I really loved it.
Yeah, that's a great record.
Well,
Go for it, Kev. You're up.
Once again, when you're that as big as Aerosmith, and you feel like doing a blues record, guess what? You just go in and do a blues record. I just saw there's a DVD about the whole process, and they just said, "Hey, man, we're going to do this," because they were a blues based band, just like many of the heavier bands in the day.
And through the early 80s, every one of their records had at least one really good blues standard on there.
Yeah.
They always had some deep tracks that were straight up
Yep.
blues with a little Aerosmith touch added to. Milk Cow Blues is one of my favorite songs that they did.
That's a great song.
All right, going to go into the 70s here with this Golden Earring and Moontan.
Oh wow, that's an original cover.
That's the Euro pressing here. At the time, I'd never ever seen one of these, even in the wild, even brand new yet. These things were super rare to hard to get over here at the time. But the record shop I was at had a bunch of this stuff come in, and he put a bunch back there. And I think I paid for this one. I think he was like $25.
That's
And
a
I
deal.
think these go.
I think I paid 20 euro for mine over in from a shop in Amsterdam.
Yeah. That one there is, like I say, it's hard to get.
Well, with that cover, it is. And I like Moontan. That's a great record, by the way. I don't know what happened to. Well, I mean, their first several were really good, and then they just went 100% commercial. And
I
then
swear I heard you just say you like Poontang.
Moontan. Moontan. Let's not do that again. I just about had it buried that last thing that everyone said that I said and I didn't say. But anyway, are you done, Kevin?
Yeah.
All right. So here's just an average copy of Rain and Blood. These are kind of rare, especially this is an original pressing. What do they do? The 175 to 250.
Yep. They're not cheap.
However, and this one has a story. All the original members autographed it. Now, I had one. It was a red promo. I got it autographed by all the guys. And Tom Araya and I have had a beef. We had a beef for a long time because everyone signed on the back and it was really cool. And he went to sign it. He flipped it over and with a big red magic marker wrote, "Happy birthday," and then the F word, meaning a person that has feminine persuasion, right across the front of the cover. And they had to get between us because I was so angry at it because it was my prized possession at the time. So fast forward, we sort of made amends. And anyway, I found another good copy of Rain and Blood. They all signed it, and he fortunately didn't sign with with what he said. So this, I mean,
Was he just being funny or what? I don't get it. Why did he do that?
I guess he calls everybody that.
Oh,
And that's what I came to find out, because my friend that I was, this was when I used to trek out to the West Coast, and Mike Bonaventura, the great guitarist from the thrash band Attacks, who was also teching for Phil Demmel of Violence, they practiced right next to Slayer. And so there was a lot of interaction back and forth. So I just got to know the Slayer guys, and but he called everybody that, and I didn't quite get it. I don't like it, but anyway, he thought he was being funny, and he just about got buried in the parking lot, so he understood that it wasn't funny. But
we used to throw that word around like it was nothing back.
Yeah, it's a different day and time now. But the fact of the matter is, this was sort of a repentance type situation. Yeah. And he even said, "Yeah, I'm sorry. Here, I'm going to sign it like a normal person," which he did. And here we got Henneman, who's gone, and Lombardo, who's no longer in the band. So this thing will probably you'll never be able to pry this from my fingers. That's a real keeper. And so whether it's worth more, I don't know, but I mean, even by itself without the signatures, it's worth a couple $100 because it's an original pressing and it's pristine. That wasn't my play copy, so.
Right on. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I thought you were.
No. I said, what you got?
Oh, I wasn't going to show these next, but since we were just talking about Aerosmith, I'm going to go through these real quick. But this is the Japanese pressing of. It's just called Aerosmith, but it's basically a greatest hits collection. But it's pre Night in the Ruts, so there's no Night in the Ruts material on here. But it's come out in several different versions. There's this one. And this one, and then there's the promo copy, which is also Japanese, but it never had an obi strip on it. But obviously the same cover, it's just a little different. But yeah, I've got probably 10 or 15 other oddball Aerosmith compilations from around the country, but this one's absolutely my favorite. This is the one that I've wanted since I was a kid. It took me forever to finally secure a copy in good condition, but this is the Aerosmith New York's heavy metal sound. Japanese promo. It was only available in Japan. It was only sent out to radio stations, so it's freaking rare as heck.
I remember when you found that.
It's a split. So yeah, you've got Aerosmith on one side, Blue Oyster Cult on the other side. It's funny that they say New York. I mean, Aerosmith wasn't from New York. They were from Boston. They were discovered in New York, so I understand the misinterpretation. But anyhow, I've always wanted this ever since I saw one as a kid in a store, and it just took me decades to finally find a copy. Then I paid for it, but it wasn't uber expensive. It wasn't hundreds of dollars, but it wasn't cheap.
I've been looking for a copy of that as well, but
they're expensive. And then a lot of times they're tore up because they were at radio stations. They didn't care about them. All right. Sorry. Go ahead. I'm done with Aerosmith now. I could show more, but that's it. I've got other bands cool. I'll show now.
So Ted Kirkpatrick from Tourniquet started doing Kickstarters and repressing his albums, and every time he did one, he would do a real limited version where he would do like 100. Unfortunately, they all had terrible album covers because Scott didn't do them. But this one is Pathogenic Ocular Dissonance, and the limited edition version had the labels blown out into the vinyl.
Yes,
and it looks really cool, and it actually sounds really good too. When I got this, because he wouldn't tell you what the special edition would be, you wouldn't find out till you opened it. So when I got this, I thought that it was like a mistake that the labels were in there. You know what I mean? Actually, the other one looks a little bit better because you can actually see the writing on the. This is
I've got one of those too with it.
But yeah, really cool. And it sounds really good too. A lot of times when they put stuff inside the vinyl, you never know what it's going to sound like. It actually sounds fantastic. So I thought that was really cool.
Those sold out fast.
16 of 100. So, and it came with it. It had like a signed center labels and all kind. It's signed as well. So,
hey George G's Rumor Rock was just on there talking about Vinnie Vincent EP. Is this the EP you're talking about? The EP? It's actually autographed and hand numbered by him.
What a mess.
What's that?
What a mess Vinny is. Good grief.
Yeah,
This
I've got
is
a couple
like-
signed Vinnie Vincent things on the wall over there.
Oh,
Yep.
yes, it was cool.
Mhm.
I didn't know I didn't know how much it was worth. I've had it forever. I bought it when it was new, so that's what the funny thing is when you if you buy the stuff when it's new and you don't pay attention, these things can jump up in price like crazy.
Yeah.
That's why I buy it because I want it. I buy it because I want to listen to it, and I want it accessible. So when I want to listen to it, it's there. But
Yes,
and you just never know.
Kev?
I'm going to show a CD here. You guys familiar with Dungeon from Australia, of course?
Of course, yes.
Lord was his other band. This one, there's only 20 of these that were made.
20. Wow.
20 of these, only 20 of these were made. I have number 14. It was kind of a special, he had something special going on, and he just was leaving Dungeon, and a lot of this new Lord stuff was coming, but this is a live CD. It's live at the Metro, December 23rd, 2006. But it has one of my all-time favorite songs on here, which is Tirano del Mar. If you've never heard Tirano del Mar, definitely check it out. But when I got this, I paid like $20 Australian, and the shipping back then was really minuscule. But there's only 20 of these in existence.
That's crazy. But
Does it sound good?
These are hard to get, definitely.
I think I know Steve's got one he's going to be showing eventually. That's probably even there's less copies than that out there. It's super rare. But go ahead. Oh, now Shannon just said now he's in prison.
Oops.
Vinny would ask $2,000 for it now, probably. Yep, he's in the slammer.
That's too bad.
Isn't
Well,
that the guy Kevin was just talking about?
yes.
Yeah.
No.
Lord Tim.
Oh,
What did
you
he go to
John.
prison for? Does anybody know?
No, I don't know. I don't know that much about them. Okay. So I had a bunch of rare or unusual Black Sabbath things. So I'll show those real quick, and then I'll show you the tete-a-tete, the coup de grace. I love these Taiwanese pressings. This is a Master of Reality. That's basically the poster inside the album.
Yep,
And,
that's awesome. I love that cover.
Yeah, and then of course, if you see Technical Ecstasy on a Taiwanese pressing, you better grab it. Here's something that our former friend and foe from the show got for me in a collection. A South African
That's cool.
Oh, that's
Sabbath,
cool.
Bloody Sabbath. And it doesn't sound very good, so I don't know where it says AWWA Records Production. So I'm guessing it says Vertigo, but the logo's blown out. They probably did that just so they wouldn't get in too much trouble. But still, I mean, and I've got a couple of pressings from South Africa, but that one is probably at the pinnacle. So here it is. Here's the big ticket item. Black Sabbath on Warner, American pressing, still sealed.
Nice.
So I assume that it's mint. I don't like to leave things sealed because shrink wrap continues to shrink.
Yes, it does.
But I've poked a few holes in it, and with hopes that it doesn't do that. But I got this up in Oklahoma City, of all places. I walked in. This guy had this brand new fledgling store. Didn't even have a sign up or whatever. He says, I'm still unsure about the name. And I said, well, what's the name of your record store? He said, Monkey Feet Records. And I said, do you have a logo? He goes, no, and I don't know what to do. And I says, I tell you what, I'm a part-time artist and I will do you a logo for that record right there. He said, you're on. So that's how I got it. And whether he thought that my art was worth several $100s, I don't know, but I think that's what this thing goes for, $200 or $300, maybe more, but it's sealed. And like I said, I keep poking some pinholes in it with hopes that it allows enough flex. But that one is another one that's probably going to it'll be in the coffin with me when I go.
Right on. I'm gonna show a couple CDs here real quick because these aren't necessarily rare bands, but I just I'm in shock on how much some of this stuff sells for now. I had no idea. I bought this, gosh, back in the day, but the medium price on this one was $174. The high price was $300, but this is the very first Vector independent release that they did before they got signed.
Oh, the Thrashing Vector from where are they
Arizona.
from? Arizona.
Arizona. Yeah, Arizona. But yeah, this one is called Redux. It was their basic, I guess, their demo CD. I was amazed, and I picked this one up in Arizona at a record store, and it was like on clearance for like $5 back then. This one ended up in like my top 10, this is matter of fact, all the Equinox CDs, because none of them have been repressed, are all very high selling. The Norwegian thrash band Equinox. The medium price on this one was $175. The high price was $524. So I was like, my goodness, who's paying $524 for a CD?
There's a lot of people paying that stupid price.
Yep.
And this one too ended up being in my top 30. I had no idea. I bought this as a new release back in the day. That this is the Angel in the Beginning album that they put out back in the back in the 90s when this thing came out. Yeah, it's never been reissued, never been on vinyl officially. Yeah, this thing is ridiculously priced. I just was like, and the other one I should have grabbed it because you're talking about Black Sabbath, but the live at Hammersmith, Black Sabbath live at Hammersmith with Ronnie Dio on vocals, that vinyl sells for close to $500 as well now.
That's crazy. Well, and you know the thing is now that we can see it because the internet is so prolific, it's crazy what's out there. I mean, we think we have it all, but we obviously don't.
Yeah. Oh, you never can have it all.
No.
I was actually talking to a record company guy today, and we were talking about singles, and I actually got this single from him that I'm going to be working on. I'm working on a reissue of the Jet Circus album. Great band, by the way, if anybody's into Swedish heavy metal hard rock from the 80s, 90s. But I didn't have this one. It's a cover of the old classic Bebop Alula on the A side. But so I'm like, dude, I want that. I don't want to give it back because I'm just supposed to scan it and send it back. In any case, I was talking about how rare some of these singles were, and amazing how much some of this stuff is selling for. He's like, he picked up a record the other day from Johnny Cash and put it on eBay and sold it for over $500. Johnny Cash. It's not like he's a rare artist. You know what I mean? It's everywhere.
A lot of the time with Johnny, like I have a Johnny Cash Sun record, a Sun single, and the record itself's only like $5 or $6, but I have a really nice original Sun Records picture sleeve, and the picture sleeve is $200. So the record's worth almost nothing, but that picture sleeve that it came in is where the big money's at. So
crazy.
Some of the Beatles stuff is like that too. All right, so Scott already mentioned this one, so I figured I would show it. So it doesn't get much more limited than this. There were 10 of these box sets made. None have ever sold other than the original sell, and we got a really good deal for them. Scott's got one, I have one, and there's 8 others. It's the Vengeance Rising box set. It says on the bottom, limited edition. You can see mine is number 6 of 10, and it's burned into the wood. This is a really nice wood stain. It's got velvet pillow in there to protect everything.
The Vengeance logo is also burned into the wood and then varnished.
Yeah, and this is actually burned in. It's not like a sticker. Really nice. And then the reason there's only 10 of them, so Bill Rocks, who was on the show a couple weeks ago,
yep,
he only had a couple original pressings of the Intense Records pressings of the first 2 CDs left. So he was looking for something special to do with them, so he put together this box. And this CD right here is almost $100 by itself. This is a 2 CD version of the album that has the demo and then Live at Cornerstone on a second disc. And these go for like $80 to $100 by themselves. So God knows what the box will go for. But it came with that, the intense pressing of Once Dead. And then Scott worked on this one, but they did a 2-disc version of Released Upon the Earth. What was this, about 15 years ago now, Scott?
Yeah, it was a while ago.
That was in there.
Is that a 2 CD version too?
DVD was in there. The Once Dead live show DVD was in there with you can't really see him, but there's a big headed guy that looks kind of like this guy over here. And then Return with a Vengeance live from Anaheim, which also has that same ugly guy right there. It came with some Vengeance pins, some stickers. These are cool. So these are all of the miniature versions of the promo shots from back in the day. So I did miniature versions of all of those, which was very cool. And then a Vengeance pick with Intense Records. So
I love boxes like that.
Really killer box set. There were only 10. These were not advertised. You had to be one of his friends or one of his big customers, and which I was buying everything that he released at the time. So I got hooked up with the offer. But these aren't on Discogs. Yeah, Roger Martinez died. What was it? A couple months ago, right, Scott?
Yep,
about 6
months
ago.
Months ago. Yep. Roger Martin did not die. Roger Martinez died. Yes.
Yeah, did I say Martin? I thought I said Martinez.
No, somebody posted R.I.P. Roger Martin. Roger Martin's still kicking. Roger Martinez. It's just funny. There was 2 Rogers in the band,
and actually,
the last names are so similar.
Controversy because there were only 10 of them. It was a promo only, and a couple members of the band were upset because they didn't get copies of it. They wanted the box set, so there was definitely some drama when that was released.
Yeah, there was some fans that were upset about it too when they started finding out about it. But
because again, it wasn't advertised. It was all done through email. You got an email invitation to if you wanted to buy a copy. So
right on.
And actually, he even provided a copy of the promo kit too. I forgot this was in there. So
yeah, it was a nice extensive box set. You're up, Kev.
Yeah, really cool.
When I was doing radio here, I don't know, what was it? Maybe, I think last time I did radio was probably 4 years ago, I think. Anyway, I did a lot of interviews. I interviewed this band out of Florida, and I'm sure you guys know Siren.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I interviewed the band, got them on the show a couple times. It was when they put out the double album, Up From the Deep, I think it was called. But anyway, when they put out a new album here, must have been probably 10 years ago now. I can't remember the exact title. I had mentioned to them that I had been looking for original copies of this one. And online or live. And he said, well, just talk to me after. And so I talked to him, and he says, I'm going to send you an original. I'll send you my original copy. He says, I like fans like yourself. You do great radio. But yeah, this is an original. They just actually came out with a repress on these, I think maybe about a year ago. But yeah, I was surprised when he sent it to me. But this is actually it's distributed by SPV, but it's a subdivision of ARG is the subdivision. It's kind
ARG.
of
I have a few records of ARG.
But yeah, these are very, very hard to find.
Yep.
Hey, they just released some new material here, I think last year.
All the people asking about Roger Martinez, this just came out. Only 200 pressed. It's an anthology. It's a Roger Martinez anthology in memoriam of him. And yeah, if you can get this at Rocks Records, like I said, there's only 200 pressed and there's not many left. So it'll be another one of those Vengeance records that sells out and skyrocket in price really quickly. So and it sounds great. And if you ever own the original CD pressing of this or cassette pressing of this, the one thing I didn't like about it was it seemed like they picked the songs out of a hat for the order. There was just no rhyme or reason
Yeah, it
to
was
it.
a really weird order on the CD. I've got the CD. It didn't make
Yeah, it's
sense.
very very odd. So we fixed the CD to be the vinyl and the new CD to be in the correct order. But anyhow, just since people are asking about Roger, that was released in his honor
It sounds
just
great,
this year.
too. I was just listening to that yesterday.
Yeah, that's a Rob Caldwell special, so it sounds good. You're up again, John.
Well, I've got a bunch of. I don't usually do the 7-inch vinyl thing, but I've got some really cool ones, and I'm just going to run through them real quick. Toxic Holocaust, Death Master, one of 23. And Joel just went in and said, I think I'll make a record this weekend, and this was the result. It's on this putrid brain colored vinyl. It's like pink, but it's like gray almost. Here's one for you. Have you ever heard of Killing Machine?
Yep, got that one.
Not the. You do have this one, Scott. The one with Rob McNeese, Joey Espinosa, Ed Vasquez from Devastation, and the enigmatic Rodney playing guitar.
Rodney Dunsmore. Yep.
Have you ever heard of Revenant?
Yep.
From New Jersey. I was friends with Hank Vegian, and he hooked me up with the 7-inch, and then signed one of them. Oh yeah, signed the orange one.
Nice.
And this was like one of 12. And then here's something fun. Someone said the Beatles. How about this? This is from the jukebox, and it even has the tag of what's on the A side, B side, so you can load up your jukebox. These are all original Beatles 7-inch.
Wow. Nice.
And then Scott had mentioned these a while back. The Speed and Spikes.
Yes, that's
yeah, those
awesome.
are great. Yeah, I did. I bought like I've run across 2 of them. I need to get the other ones.
Let's see. I've got 2, 3. I've got 2, 3. Oh, here's one. Let me get them in order here. 5. Oh, I'm missing. I guess I'm missing 4. Yeah, I'm missing. Oh no.
You got the...
yeah, I'm missing 4. So it's Toxic Holocaust and Blood Wolf. It's Rumpelstiltskin Grinder and Absu. That's weird. Early Man and Rammer, our friends from the Great White North. And then how about this, Shannon Fry? Avenger of Blood and Witch Haven. And I have 2 of those. They're different colors. So, but anyway, those are really super, super cool. And then here's one for Kevin. Do you know who Heyoka is?
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, this is the only 7-inch they ever put out.
I think you had mentioned that or something to me about that. Maybe on
one of the Carcass John alter egos. I think I probably did mention them.
But
I may just send that to you because I don't listen to it because it's a 7-inch and I've loaded everything onto a USB. Oh, and here, how about this? How about a Hendrix Gypsy Eyes? And this is an original. It's not it's not an aftermarket. Yeah, on Polydor. It's a German pressing. And
we got Bit Bop Boom checking in. Just wanted to give a shout out to him.
John.
Right on.
John, he's got a great channel. If anybody's interested, look up Bit Bop Boom.
Okay, will do. Oh, and then here, last but not least, these are kind of my pride and joy. Insect Warfare 7-inch, and their test pressings. I know Scott's favorite, but check this out. So they're like cool. Clear. They're like Mylar. And so you could have the cover be whatever color you want. Kind of fun.
That's pretty cool.
And this is I have 25 of 26 and 1 of 26. So, but this is at war with Grindcore. This was their first major release. So there you go. There's my 7-inch gotta haves.
Yeah, Tony, I almost pulled out my OG Rigor Mortis, but we've all shown that record so many times on the show over the years. I figured I wouldn't pull it.
Yeah, I was kind of trying to do the same thing. So I'm going to pull one that this one's totally out. It's not metal at all. This is actually some Southern rock from I believe it was 1979, 1984 it was. So after the plane crash that Skinner got into and where we lost a lot of them, Billy Powell and Leon Wilkeson joined Vision.
Oh yeah.
So this is the Christian rock version that they did after they had gotten into the accident and got involved in the church. Rocco Marshall was the guitar player, and he was like the main man of the band. But yeah, it featured two of the surviving members of Lynyrd Skynyrd. Now, this album is you're never going to find an original pressing of this. It's ridiculously priced.
I did find an original pressing about 2 years ago, but it was $300, and I don't like it that much.
Yeah, but it was repressed, and you can get copies for like $15-20 at boonsoverstock.com, and it's identical. Other than it actually has a name now in the corner down here. I think it's something Mountain. I can't remember what it's called now, but yeah, this Vision album is really good. I like it a lot. It's kind of southern rock, but it's kind of has a little bit of a Kansas vibe at times too. So I really dig this album. So Vision, self-titled, their first album. Weird thing is they got signed to a big label for their next album, and they totally changed sounds. They went for a more 80s commercial glossy sound, and they called that album Vision 2. So they have two self-titled albums, which is why they changed. I think it's Top of the Mountain or something like that, which I believe was one of the songs on here. Mountain in the Sky. That's it. Mountain in the Sky is the name of the reissue. But anyhow, I just thought that was a cool one. I didn't know how many people even knew about this band. They ended up releasing 3 albums, I believe. Leon Wilkinson, I believe, played on only this one, but Billy Powell, I think, played on all 3. There you go.
Yep.
So these are 2 records that most of you have heard of. These are 2 of my all-time favorite metal records, and these are private press versions of both of these that were released before they later went to bigger labels. So first up, we've got the Ground Zero pressing of Metal Church. We all know this record. It's a 10-star record, but I've only seen the Ground Zero pressing 2 or 3 times. I've heard there's only like 1,000 of them that were pressed originally.
Yep, that's what I heard too.
The band created the label themselves to press this, and they got picked up shortly after that. And then we got the pressing that we all know, which I have a white label pressing as well, a white label promo of it as well. But this is the one to have if you were.
I actually have one of those, Steve, that is autographed by all the original members, and it was given to me by a radio guy in Maryland.
Oh, nice.
So
does it have the order form in it?
What's that? Yeah, the order form is there
with the neckband. That thing's hilarious.
So that's and then I've also got
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Logic, the original press of one of the greatest metal records of all time.
I would agree with that.
This is a 12 out of 10 right here. If you guys,
what is that again?
Manila Road.
Logic by Manila Road.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, this album is so good.
I thought one over at
Records though. It later got pressed to Black Dragon, but I believe the Black Dragon was remixed, if I remember correctly. But these are impossible to find.
Right on.
Go ahead, Kev. Sorry.
So I've been a huge Primal Fear fan since day one, and mostly everything that was out early was only on CD. Of course, they did the regular jewel cases, but this original tin box of Primal Fear.
I have that.
I have 2 of these actually. And I mean, there's nothing really to them. They're just a plain old tin box with nothing in them. And I do believe, though, I heard there was copies out there that had the track listing. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but I have read somewhere that there possibly is, which are super rare then. But also, I got into this Primal Fear, the Book of 7 Seals.
Yes.
Which was a very limited item. I think I had, don't remember what number it is, but it's all in German. So it has a DVD, I believe, and it has a couple CDs in there. But everything is in German. But it's got all kinds of pictures. But
that's cool.
Again, can't read it. I think at the time this came out, I think it was going for like $30. And I've seen this go up into the hundreds by now. I mean, I don't ever see this ever being shown by anybody.
Nein, sprechen Sie Deutsch?
I'm German, but I don't speak it.
I have a Saxon that's very similar to that. It's in a leather-bound book, and it's gold embossed with the logo and everything, and it's got CDs and DVDs and a book. I mean, it's like a book. It's kind of fun. Okay, I got a couple things I'm trying to debate what I want to show because I've got so much. I'm going to show this because they're our house band still. This is something that Forebode did. I think and TJ would have to check my math on this, but I think there's 12 of these. It's basically a VHS of the first album, and it came with stickers and a download card, and they did it right. It's kind of fun. It's got the little deal on it and everything, and the big long case. And I actually have plenty of VHS players around here, so I've actually played it, and it's great, and it's heavy. So Forebode, the self-titled record, and it's let's see, Grossero Media. That's kind of funny, but let's see, includes Firebrand, Soul Trip, Forebode Part 1 and 2, and the Primitive Realm. So and it's got visuals and videos for all the songs.
Nice,
Awesome.
The one I'm going to show next is not an expensive record, at least not in most countries. It's kind of harder to find here. Most people don't even know this thing exists, but this is the Funky Junction.
Oh, yeah, those are cool.
Plays tribute to Deep Purple. And this record here, it's funny, it's got a little thing on the back. Funky Junction are an exciting new group that has the pulse of today. In this tribute to Deep Purple, they play many of Purple's hits. UK and worldwide audiences are acclaiming them for the great group they are. Yeah, this is Thin Lizzy.
Yeah.
It was Thin Lizzy was basically hired to record a bunch of Deep Purple songs. And I don't think I think there was maybe a song in here. It wasn't even a Deep Purple song. It might have been an original, but anyhow, it's not a great record. It's just kind of one of those. If you're a Lizzy fanatic, it's kind of one of those grails that you want in your collection. So, and Bit Bop Boom got it right. He knew immediately who it was. So, Thin Lizzy, but you can get them for. They're not real expensive. The problem is finding one in the United States is they're not a whole lot of around because it was only released in Europe, and then apparently people used to play these at parties a lot because they're always tore up for some reason. But yeah, I've had this copy for a few years now. But I think this is one of the grails of any Thin Lizzy collection. You need to get it if you're a Thin Lizzy fanatic like I am. So there you go. Funky Junction plays tribute to Deep Purple. We got time for one more go around, Steve.
Cool. So I'll show these two, and then I'll flip through the last couple that I have. But I think I might have shown this on here before. I can't remember. So last year, Motley Crue hit Hollywood Boulevard again. They did 3 shows in October of last year. One at the Troubadour, one at the Roxy, and one at the Whiskey. For each one of those shows, they did 200 copies of the original Leather Records pressing of Too Fast for Love. Each one was a different color. I think it's like pink, yellow, and blue. The blue is what this one is. This is from the Roxy show. It's the only place you could get it. They didn't sell them online. It was only at the show. Oh. These are going for like $500 now. It's crazy. And I was lucky enough to get one. It sounds fantastic. And along with that, I ran across this just a couple months ago. So this is the first single from Motley Crue, Stick to Your Guns and Toast to the Town, which is also the 2 songs that were not on the Electro release of this record. So this is not an original. Originals go for like $1,000 of this single. In 2000, they did a real limited run on MotleyCrue.com, and even these go for like $250. I bought this thinking it was a bootleg. The shop I bought it from thought it was a bootleg, so I paid $10 for it, and then got home and found out it's worth like $200. It's an actual legit pressing. Wow. So that was the other ones. I also wanted to show these real quick.
How much is this one worth? Do you have any idea?
Is that the original leather? It
It's
depends on
the
what
original
pressing
leather,
it
but it's
is.
the third leather pressing with the red logo as opposed to the gray logo.
I think the third one's going for a couple $100 now. The first pressing's going for like 600 or 700 now. But the leather if you haven't heard the Leather Records versions of these songs, you're missing out. This mix is so good. It's so much, and I love the original record. This mix is better though.
It's heavier.
Yeah. And so Scott, this is one that Scott gifted me forever ago, but this is Deliverance. Hear What I Say. This is a rejected test pressing. So they had sent this to the record label. There's only 4 of them. And the pressing plant pressed the songs in the wrong order. So there's only 4 of them with this order. They ended up rejecting it and getting it repressed. This is one I found like a year and a half ago. I couldn't believe I walked into the store and saw this on the wall for under $100. But the Overkill original EP.
I'm so jealous
they
of that
only
one.
pressed 2,000 of these originally, so God knows how many are left, especially in near mint condition like this one is. I bet there's less than 1,000 left at this point, you know. And then last but not least, I had to show the Ripper era Judas Priest record. These are all originals. These were all pressed one time. When I get them for $75-$80, these all go for $300-$400.
Yeah, they're pricey.
I don't know why.
I
Legitimately,
forgot
man,
about
they
this
still
one,
have crap
too.
with them.
So, Still Not Black Enough from Wasp. Another one that was pressed one time. I was lucky enough to get Bob Kulick to sign it the year before he died. I would love to get Wasp. I keep missing them when they play here because I want to do the meet and greet just so I can get Blackie to sign this. But this is a 10-star record if you haven't heard it. So there you go.
Right on.
Kev. All right. This actually is kind of a package. It has a CD, everything in it. I got it through a radio interview I did. You guys, I know Scott remembers Prowler. Of course, Patrick Best. Anyway.
Of course, yeah.
I have all of his Prowler stuff on CD and cassette, but he said, I have something that you would probably love, and it is the last one. There's only 25 of these, and this is the splatter pack from Prowler.
That's cool.
I haven't put in another bag because it's starting to deteriorate, and I don't want to really ruin any of that. I would love to get it redone, but so this is number 25, and he just sent this to me out of the blue after a bunch of interviews I did. So yeah, these are quite very, very rare. But of course,
I like Prowler was great.
Yeah, they did all horror metal.
Yep, it was all horror, like
all
movies.
About, it was all about Frankenstein, werewolf, and everything.
Now he's playing in Ritual Servant, and
Ritual Servant.
Yep, got 2 albums out, and the 3rd album is being recorded at the moment. Speaking of that first album, if you have the first album on vinyl, that thing is crazy money at the moment too.
And then the 7 inches are out as well.
Yeah, yep, exactly.
So what's in the splatter pack? John's asking.
What's that?
What's in the splatter pack?
Oh, what's in it? It's got brains right here.
Hang on, I'm gonna solo you if I can figure out how to do it so we can actually see this thing. I'm new at this, so give me a second, guys. That's not you. That's me. I don't know if I can figure this out or not. Anyhow, it's not working for me.
Well, anyway,
the buttons are all new. There we go. I think I got it. Hang on. There we go.
So anyway, it's got brains right here. It has the CD here, which is volume 4, actually. And it has a mouse. It's got cobwebs. It's got a complete back with the old time horror guys like Lon Chaney and all them. That's the background of this. It's got a few other things, but over the years it's kind of slipped down. So, and it's got a few stickers, but yeah, it's a decent little package.
What's that brain made of? Do you know? Is it just rubber?
What's that?
The brain, is it just rubber?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's in like a little meat tray or something. Is that what
Yeah.
it is?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it's
is cool.
making a hamburger tray. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Right
all I
on.
have.
I don't know if I can compete with that, but I got. Well, we don't have time. We don't have time for the Grand Funk Railroad. We're an American band album that would take me 10 minutes to disseminate. But here, how about these? These are some of the most valuable records in my collection. Anybody recognize that cover without the logo? This is Mothership's first album,
Oh wow.
and they were just pressing them out, and the guy just grabbed the last one without didn't go through and didn't get pressed, and there's one of one without the logo. And we ought to get the Jewett boys on because they're back making music. Okay, this is the tete-a-tete, the coup de grace, the big heavy hitter. Asherah Temple. Anybody?
Oh, yeah.
This is Klaus Schutze. He was in Tangerine Dream. This is like spacey krautrock stuff, but this is also the. It's got the cover that opens up, and the record's kind of tucked inside, and then this has the lyrics in German and in English. So Kevin could actually know what it's saying because it's got one on either side. And then it expands and opens up and even bigger. And I don't have the room to, it's got these little side pockets that fold in and keep the record in and so forth. It's a very cool package. Anyway, I've seen these go up for an upwards of $1,000 or more. And it's ridiculous. The music is not that great, but somebody's paying for it. So I just happen to have one. I came across it over at Born Late Records. I'm not sure anybody knew what they had. I listened to it. I thought it sounded pretty cool. And I collect all things Tangerine Dream. And so I saw Klaus Schutze and I said, well, I got to have it because he's in the band. And come to find out that it's worth a fortune. And
the most expensive record I actually seen in person was, and it sold online from a record dealer up in Fargo. It's a very rare album, but I can't think of the band, but it went for like $2,200 online.
Oh yeah. There's I mean, some of the Nirvana stuff goes for crazy money. It's just insane. Somebody asked about Kiss Originals. I have a Canadian, I guess the Kiss Originals 3-pack, the first 3 albums, was printed in Canada. I actually have one of those. I have a Japanese version.
I have a Japanese version of one and of both of them. Yeah.
But the Canadian version, I had them sign all the records so that I have 4 signatures on the vinyl, 4 signatures on the sleeve, and 4 signatures on the cover. And someday I'll parcel that out. But I don't know if you've seen this cover of Creatures of the Night.
Yep.
It's a different remixed version with Gene's butt on the back cover.
Yes, exactly. But anyway, I could go into an explanation about this. This thing never came out on vinyl, and I figured out the reason why. But if you don't have this Badlands record, and if you can find it somewhere, I have 2 copies of this. So if someone wants to DM me and sling me a couple of bucks, I'll send it to them. But this is by far their best record. But the reason why,
third album?
What's that?
Is that the 3rd album?
That's the 3rd album.
Yeah.
And this is the Japanese version, which I think sounds better than the. I don't know if it's a bootlegged American version. It's got a blue cover, but and I've seen the vinyl out there, but it's special pressing. And but Henry was telling me that because of Ray Gillen's health situation and the fact that he kind of spread the disease without telling the people he was with, that the record labels are very afraid to do anything because they think they'll get sued and all that money that they spent will, have to go to the families. So they're never going to release it again.
That'd be cool, Mark. I love that. Is Dusk and Herb? Yeah, that's the one I like.
But this thing is their best of the 3, I think. And then I don't know that it's even close. It's like a perfect Badlands record. But
nice.
But anyway, but like I said, I got a whole bucket full of stuff. We're not even halfway through, but we're already through our time.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna do some 7-inch real quick because we're out of time. But this is an original copy of the Soldiers of Metal 7-inch. have no idea how much it's worth these days. But how about the original? Well, both of them. The first two original 79 and 80 Twisted Sister independent releases. Look at that. Look at that photo on the back.
Yeah.
They look like
it's pretty
Alice
cool.
Cooper.
I grabbed a few 7-inches. I didn't dig through deep to find like rarities, like because some of that new wave of British heavy metal stuff is worth quite a bit of money. But I was just looking for something that was kind of fun and cool, that was kind of rare. How about the Electric Elves, Ronnie Dio and the Electric Elves 7-inch single?
Yeah.
You can get this one, like beat up copies sell for about $50 because there's a lot of beat up copies out there and a lot of them don't have the sleeve, which drives me crazy. But yeah, I don't know how much they go for in good shape.
I have a bootleg of the red caps. I would love to find an original pressing of that. Those things go for like $1,000 though.
This next one is a special disc jockey record, not for sale. LA 59 by Elf.
Nice.
Wow.
In the with the MGM sleeve, and it's even got the original sleeve, which you never see these anywhere. And then Hoochie Coochie Lady by Elf on Epic Records. So and this is a promo too. You can see it's got the mono stereo versions. And then a couple of 12 inches that I didn't get a chance to show. This one, we've tried for years to reissue this one because it sells for stupid money. But the Rage of Angels album, of course, a lot of these guys went on to end up in Steelheart. That this was, I don't know what you say. This is a little more metal than Steelheart, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great album nonetheless. It's very, very commercial. So they don't expect Slayer, Iron Maiden, or Judas Priest. It's more commercial than that, but it's still a great metal record. And
now
then,
there were four members in the red caps.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
that
then,
Lead Lord! I want that one. That one's so good.
And this is there's two different versions of this one. This one is the original USA pressing with the original cover, which you don't see very often. I don't ever see anybody show this cover. It's always the was it Black Dragon Records? Is that who put that one out? The other one, but anyhow, yeah. So I love Leaves Lord. They're one of my favorites. But I honestly think they got better with every album.
And Black Dragon like to mess with the mixes on the records too. They did with the Sarathungo records, or not Sarathungo. I know
you're talking about. You just showed one of the records.
Yeah, Crystal Logic, Manila Road.
There you go. Manila Road. There you go. Rage of Angels, one of my all-time favorite albums. Yeah, a lot of people love that album. It's unfortunate we can't.
Up, Greg? Good to see you.
It's unfortunate we. Yeah, there's another person. Yeah, it's unfortunate that you can't just buy that album. I mean, they're selling for crazy money now. Those Rage of Angels, even the CDs, and there's bootlegs floating around out there. But original CDs are also sell for silly money. But anyhow, has anybody else got anything you want to show before we check out?
Just one more thing. Have you ever seen this Gravedigger?
No,
I don't have that one.
Yeah, it's very hard to get, but it's 21's long as we live.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't even know that existed.
And this Hammerfall set. All 7
I've seen that one before, but that's still cool. Yeah, Hammerfall, anything Hammerfall. I've collectible. I got a couple of oddball Hammerfall things. What you got there, John?
Have anybody ever seen this?
Is that Reinventing the Steel?
No, it's Recycler.
Oh no,
by ZZ Top.
That's cool.
Oh, really?
And it's it's sandwiched between two pieces of diamond plate. But I found this at our local bookstore.
That's cool.
And they wanted $16 for it, and I thought, heck, why not? Have you seen these before? These Pink Floyd Pulse, and they have a little light.
Yeah, the little light that flashes. Is yours still flashing there?
And so these things are pretty rare.
See the box set when they first come out, and I kicked myself in the ass for not picking one of those up.
I have about 10 of them, and I have them stuck all over in the room, and people think I have this wild, terrifyingly good security system, but not really. But what's even more rare than those with the light is the cassettes.
I have those over there.
With the slip. Do you have the slip case too?
What's that?
Do you have the slip case?
Yeah.
Keep it together, because
I got it at Goodwill for like $1.99 like 10 or 12 years
Wow.
ago.
Well, they're going for like $200. So
Yeah.
if you have the slipcase, if you have just the 2 cassettes, it's $5 a cassette.
Nah, yeah,
But if you have the
case.
once
That's
again,
fine.
like you said, the book is free. That covers $11.95 on that deal.
Yeah, so Soldier, the Rage of Angels won't get released. They want whoever pressed them would have to sell them for $200 a piece to make any money because of the crazy amount of money they want. The band members want.
Are those Pink Floyd still available? No, they're not available anymore.
I mean, if you find them in the wild, that's why I called it. I combed the.
Well, and they reissued them like 5 years later without the light. So most of them you see out there now don't have the light anymore. It was only that initial run in like 90. What was it like? Was it 91, 92 time?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, it was about that time. Well, AC/DC did their power up with that button.
Yeah, I got one of those. Too, and it's got the charger and whatever. This is great packaging. It's got 2 discs and it's got book with tons of photos. It's got a little battery pack in there, and it lasts, I don't know, about 2 years. Then you got to replace the 1C battery.
I haven't checked that Tool record.
Remember
Tool did that last record Tool did. You open it up and there's actually a screening that plays the music in a video.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool too.
But anyway,
so let's get out of here.
Like I said, I got a million. It would take me probably 10 or 15 minutes to go through all the variants of the Dirty Gold record. We're an American band, but maybe I can do that some other time.
I thought you were going to pull the.
We'll do a part 2 in the future.
I was going to grab that Grand.
Well, here's the Scorpions issue. I collect the cassettes too. Let's see. There's one with the yellow spline on Mercury. Now that one's still sealed. And then there's one on what is it? Metal X Records. There's one on Rampage Records. That was the American release. Here's one. This is a Spanish record label. It's kind of got just a plain old cover. And then sometimes you'll see it listed as Action. But it's the same thing. It's the same track listing. This is a Dutch pressing. And
do a whole show on cassettes.
I did pull this one. This is a Polish special pressing. This is the best of the Doobies, but look what the spline says if you can read it. I'll just read it to you. It says best of the Boobies. So I'm wondering if that's a misprint or they just I'm sure it is. Anyway,
is there boobies on the cover?
No, it's the best of the Doobies. It's the whatever the standard. But
I've got an Anvil cassette that's kind of like that. It's got the wrong title on the spine for the album that it is.
Yep. Best of the Boobies. But anyway, and I've got Aska original demo tapes still sealed. I've got all bunch of stuff in here, but like I said, it would take me another day to go through all this stuff.
That's all right. Let's do a part 2. We've already had someone request it, so we'll do a part 2 to that. It doesn't have to be next week, but we can. We'll discuss it. But
okay,
we're way over, but no big deal. I was having a good time, but we need to get moving on because I know everybody's got other stuff they got to do. But you can follow John on Instagram at CarcassJohnArt or on
128 DB Rock in the Crypt. Or in Carcass John's alter ego. And this week, let's see, tonight, it is a Sludge and Doom episode. And it is filthy, heavy, sludgy, foamy, tar-like. It's terrifying.
Right on. You can find Kevin on YouTube at Old Metal Rocker 66.
And also at Metal Uprising over on Facebook. Come on over. We got a lot of stuff going on over there.
Yeah, that group's taken off, so it's nice.
Big.
You can find Steve on YouTube at Harmless Rebel 868, and also on Facebook and all those other places.
Harmless_Rebel.
There you go. And you can find me on Instagram at No Life to Metal, or you can find me on YouTube at No Life to Metal, or just look for Scott Waters. Either one will get you there. So, anyhow, that's it. So, that was fun. So, for episode number 290, I got to find my outro thing here. Okay. Episode 290, Metal will prevail. We are so not evil.
No, we're not. We're not.